Mario Williams. Number 27, Bruno Rindo. Number 30, Number 41, James Musa. Number 99, Malik Foster. And the captain of your Indy 11, wearing number 14, Aiden Quinn. The head coach of Indy 11 is Sean McCauley. Indy 11 assistant coaches are Phil Presser and Gabe Zapone. The goalkeeper coach is Andy Swift. The head athletic trainer for Indy 11 is Josh Franco. And the team doctor is Dr. Ashley Warren. This is Indianapolis. And the winner of the Indianapolis 500.
You know, one of my favorite 90s songs had the hook to the line, Wish You Were Here. It's the way Dan and I feel about soccer every night, but especially the Chamber of Commerce weather we have in central Indiana. It's either been like 1,000,000 degrees or 1,000,000% chance of rain or both. That is not the case this evening. Kind of like Dan's golf game, it barely broke 80 today. It's the Indy 11 Tampa Bay Rowdies. It's yours on WRTV and ESPN+. And again, alongside Dan Capsalis, my name is Greg Rakestraw. Now, Dan, for the Indy 11, it's about the business of taking that momentum from the Jägermeister Cup and applying it to regular season play in the Eastern Conference.
Absolutely, and they're right in the cusp. We talked about Greg sitting right in the middle of the conference. Home game, beautiful night. This is in Coach McCauley's mind This is a must-win for Indy 11.
Let's give you the graphic example of the table. The Indy 11 currently in 7th position. And no, folks, not a typo. Tampa Bay is normally much closer to the top of the table than the bottom. They have struggled so far this year, sitting on 14 points. They do have a victory against the Indy 11 back on June 25th. Now, Tampa Bay beating Indy, that happens on a semi-regular basis. The other way around, it's been a minute. You got to go back to September 26th of 2018. Here come the football lines from Lucas Oil Stadium. Carl Ouimet in half number 1. And how about current member of the Indy 11, the guy that leads the club in all-time appearances as a sub, Elliot Collier, would get his first goal with the Indy 11. He was on loan from Chicago Fire back then. Indy 2, Tampa Bay 0. One of 3 wins against the Rowdies all time. It has been nearly 7 years since the boys in blue took home all 3 points. We're looking forward to bringing you this one. But before we do that, I want to make sure we remember a friend and colleague that tragically passed in the last few days. His name is John Kochel. He passed away Thursday evening following a courageous 9-year battle with brain cancer. Despite countless surgeries and treatments, John embraced life every day with a passion and love that lit up every room he walked into. A valued member of the USF family. We send our well wishes to John's friends, colleagues, and especially his wife and son. John Kochel was just 39 years old.
This is Paul. He loves running, music, and DIY home projects. In fact, he's remodeling his kitchen thanks to a home equity line of credit from Indiana Members Credit Union. They connected him with a loan officer, got him approved at a great low rate, and made it easy for him to make his monthly payment from anywhere thanks to IMCU's digital banking. Looks like Paul can do it all with a little help from IMCU.
It's very true that it takes a village to raise a child. And when it comes to my healthcare village at Community Health Network, it's all nestled right in my phone. Accessing healthcare is the ability to be connected with your provider and ask a question when you need it. I feel like when I'm meeting with a community nurse practitioner or doctor, they're tuned in to what is going on with me and the way that they can serve me best.
Stand by me. Find it, try it, paint it, love it. Find it, try it, paint it, love it. Find it, try it, paint it, love it. Find it, try it.
Tonight's match is presented by Community Health Sports Medicine. Exceptional care simply delivered. And by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. Let's get right to it. Your Central Indiana Ford dealers starting lineups. Your Central Indiana Ford dealers, a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. 7 familiar names on this sheet. Guys that have played in this league for a long time, but 2 key members of the Indy 11 in years gone by. Manuel Arteaga will come off the bench tonight, but Nick Moon has largely been a sub in his 2 years with Tampa Bay. He'll get the start for the brand new head coach of the Rowdies, and more on him in a matter of moments. For the Indy 11, change up top, Malik Foster back to full health. He is in for Elliot Collier. He will play next to Romario Williams, who has been on a heater of the Century Club in Indy 11 history. Congratulations, Cam, his 100th appearance in all competitions. Those that have come before him: Iose, Brad Ring, Carl Ouimet, and Don Smart. Cam becomes number 5 of that list. We are underway on this absolutely splendid Saturday night. Thanks for joining us for Indy 11 Soccer on WRTV and ESPN+. Abdu Njai is our match referee for this evening's contest. It was thought that these two teams might be seeing each other twice in August. Going into last Saturday night, Tampa Bay led Group 6 in the Jägermeister Cup. They were upended by the Charleston Battery. The Greenville Triumph are the team that the Indy 11 will face, and originally, Indy was drawn to play that match on the road. However, Greenville was able to land either of their two primary stadium locations to play, and the only League One team to make the Jägermeister Cup quarterfinals will come to Indianapolis. That will be Wednesday, August 20th. In fact, after this evening, that is the next home match for the Indy 11. That match is not part of the season ticket package. All tickets for that match, $15. Indy11.com. 317-685-1100, where you can get your tickets for that match. Let's get to our injury report, brought to us by Community Health Network Sports Medicine, official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. Again, Aiden Stanley out for the season with a knee injury, and Hayden White will miss a second consecutive match due to a hamstring. What are you seeing here in the early moments, Dan?
Just simple stuff. I mean, nothing, obviously the first few minutes, nothing major is happening. What I want to see is Tampa, we'll talk about it, with the keys of the game. Get their midfield involved. Tampa Bay's got to get their midfield a little bit more involved as opposed to playing the ball long. But both teams just kind of checking each other out right now, and we've got lots of time. We'll see how it plays out.
Early foul called against Bruno Rendon. There is head coach Sean McCauley, one of the candidates for the Coach of the Month in July. Our keys the match, and Dan referenced that, brought to us by your Central Indiana Ford dealers. Proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Dan, take it away.
Yeah, with Indy here, say outside in. What does that mean? Get that ball wide, serve it in. That's how they've been scoring most of their goals. That's what Coach McCauley wants them to do. Get the ball wide, serve it in. So outside in and full 90 effort. They've talked about the consistency they need over the course of 90 minutes. Not 70, not 80, but 90 minutes. They need a full 90 tonight.
Flag is up. And he didn't clear that ball originally the way they would have wanted to and put the Rowdies into an advantageous position. They could not cash in. What must the Rowdies do to be successful tonight?
Well, we're looking at engaging the midfield. The last couple games I've watched with them, they've bypassed the midfield a little bit. They've got some really strong midfielders, but they're looking to go up top and bypassing them. So getting the midfield a little bit more involved, and specifically defensively, better mental focus. They've made some mistakes in the midfield and the back that have cost them. So keeping them focused, concentrated, and not making as many mental mistakes.
That is a look at Dominic Cassiato, who is the new head coach. The Tampa Bay Rowdies was exceedingly successful in League One with Union Omaha. In fact, when Indy played Tampa Bay all of 5.5 weeks ago, that was under a caretaker manager and current assistant coach in Steve Coleman. And as you've seen, Dominic's been on the job for less than a month. And again, this is an uncommon season for a program as successful as Tampa Bay. Frankly, the fact they were a number 6 seed last year was kind of a surprise. Frankly, there was some kind of hurricane-induced losses late in the season that kind of led to that. But this has been a season of struggling, and that's not common for the green and gold.
He's got a tough task in front of him, being on the bottom of the conference. So they're looking to move up. So he's trying to make his mark very quickly. Good opportunity here for Indiana, Indy 11.
But nothing comes of it as Murphy and Foster, even on a second try, were not on the same page. So both teams have seen set pieces go awry here early.
Yeah, that was a waste. Those are frustrating because those are real opportunities, and they just miscommunication there, obviously, and they've got to clean that up.
So last time these two teams would see each other until a potential playoff matchup. And even though Tampa Bay is in 12th, they're really only a couple of games out. So often the last couple of years, we've had kind of one team off the back in both kind of the East and West. And maybe it's because we're playing 4 fewer games in the championship this because Jägermeister Cup. That has led to kind of more compact standings in both directions. No one is out of the playoff picture just yet.
Yeah, it's a horse race right now, and every game matters. Every single game is pivotal for these teams, especially from, like you said, Greg, from third place to 9th place is just only few points are putting those teams apart. So really, the next several games are really, really crucial.
I think most teams would say you're not catching Louisville or Charleston at this point. Everything else is up for grabs. Andre over to track this down. Tampa Bay has split goalkeeping duties this year. Nicholas Campisi and Ethan Bandre have handled. Bandre got the start against the Indy 11 back on June 25th and got the win. This is his 8th league match of the season. Here comes the press by the Indy 11. Rendon. Track back. Good job by Murphy, well timed. And Musso will reset with Lawrence Wyke offering pressure. So we're seeing Wyke now maybe play a little more further forward than we anticipated to see.
One thing that I noticed early in the first few minutes, where was Wyke going to be playing? He's been in the back, he's been on the outside. They've got him in the middle, kind of an offensive midfield mode. So he can be dangerous, and he's generally, he goes kind of unmarked and unseen. So if he gets loose and free, he could cause some damage. So keep an eye on number 27 for Tampa Bay.
Here's the speed of Foster. Turns down Blake, looking opposite side for Aiden Quinn, and guess who? Former Indy 11 man Nick Moon drifting back to steer that ball sideways. It will be a corner, though, for the Indy 11 here in minute number 7.
Love that ball. Foster's got plenty of time, and you see Quinn coming in from the outside, crashing that far post. We talked about one of the keys. Outside in. Go from the outside, swing it in. Aiden times his run very well. Moon just gets a nice piece off and puts it outside, but corner kick for Indy 11.
Moon with the Indy 11 in 2020 and 2021. And 5 goals with Indy over his 2 seasons. Now in his 2nd year with the Rowdies. Great look from our camera atop the BYB, the west end of the stands. Murphy will send it in. Looking back post, Musa. Got ahead to it, but could not keep it on target. Goal kick coming for the visitors. Andrea about to hit the reset button here for Tampa Bay. Played for the Colorado Rapids last year, was on their roster, but did not appear in a match after he got bumped up from their team at MLS Next Pro. This portion of this match is brought to us by the Keystone Group, specializing in transformational developments, construction, management, and investments. Good quick touch here. If there's a player that thinks three-dimensionally, that guy is Aiden Quinn for sure.
He's just, we talk about him all the time and how dangerous he is, but how he reads the play and how he sets plays up and can manipulate the ball and serve balls in. It's just a huge weapon for Indy 11.
The active leader in the USL Championship in terms of both starts and assists. Foster's speed on display. He scored against Tampa Bay back on June 25th. A goal that made SportsCenter's top 10 on that Wednesday night. Could not get in a shooting position here, but Pasillas and Wyke could not make the connecting pass. And again, Indy with both Rendon and Foster available. They will be flying guys down the right flank. It's one of the things we've talked about with Rendon the last couple of weeks. A lot of the things that he and Foster do are very similar. So I'm curious to see how they kind of play off each other in a similar space tonight.
Well, they're both 1v1 guys, right? They like to take players on. Let's see if they can connect a little bit more, stay a little tighter, closer together a little bit, let the outside midfielders pick up that extra room on the flank. Let's see how they play together. I like the combination. Coach McCauley keeps mixing it up. I like the combination with Rendon and Foster. Let's see if they can connect tonight.
Pasillas, a sizable fellow up top.
Yeah, he is a presence.
But it also illustrates just how big Ben Ofemu is, because Ben was bodying him up right in front of our broadcast location.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty amazing how big Ben is.
That's like an old school NBA post-up matchup we're seeing right in front of us. Look at Aiden Quinn
that's going to be
straight.
a fun matchup between Ofemu and Pasillas tonight. Pasillas with 6 goals on the year. They're Tampa's leading goal scorer. Certainly a dangerous player.
Crisostomo onside, has options, plays it across, and again Ofemu gets in the way. Not out of danger just yet. First true transitional moment in tonight's matchup. Alvarez plays that to Wyke, middle of the field. Alvarez brought in from the Charlotte Independents, a league record transfer fee from League One of the Championship back in early June. Indy out of danger now looks to go on the attack. Foster wisely draws contact.
And Alvarez, Greg, is a two-way player. You'll see him go all the way to the back in the defense, mix things up, and then transition into the midfield, transition into the attack. He's a two-way player, and he has that pace. He has that ability to go from front to back at quick speed too. So his transition is really good. He's a constant presence on the field, and he's involved in a lot of the play.
Williams, again, who has been on a roll as of late, had the goal on the run of play last week in the first half for the Indy 11, applying pressure. Foster does the same, and Castellanos does just enough to avoid calamity at the back. How about this for a well-timed ball?
Beautiful ball.
Moon gets it back. He scored against Indy. The two teams out together. There's an opportunity, and there's a goal. Pasillas gets the goal. Tampa Bay strikes first in minute number 12.
That's a heck of a goal, heck of a play. It started with that long ball switching the point of attack. It goes just over Quinn's head. Tampa receives it. A little combination play. You put Pasillas through, and it's a one-touch ball, one-touch goal for Tampa Bay.
He's played in all 17 league matches, has Pasillas. Canadian, just 24 years of age. On loan from Nashville in Major League Soccer. His 7th goal of the season.
Just a quick little give and go there, and Indy 11's defense lost sight of him. You can't give him space, because that's what he'll do to you. And that's what he did.
Making 4 consecutive goals for the Rowdies against the Indy 11. Their 3 goals back on June 25th, all coming in the second half after Indy had a 1-goal lead. Indy has been very tough to score against in this building as of late. Tampa Bay breaks through the 12th minute.
The unlucky stats for Indy 11. Hopefully they can figure this out, but when they get scored on first at home, Greg, they have not been successful. Hopefully they can turn that around tonight.
Last home loss in this building to Las Vegas in June. And KZL. Eventually played out by Jack Blake. This portion of this match is brought to us by Community Health Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. Exceptional care simply delivered.
Back to their game plan, which is possession ball. Get their midfield involved.
Well, perhaps the Indy 11 are the cure for what ails Tampa Bay. It has always been a struggle for Indy. Williams comes in and picks it off, and Williams just pulls it wide. There was a gift of an opportunity for the Indy 11, and they could not cash in.
Williams does a great job applying pressure inside the box. He gets a clean ball. He's got a little bit of a half volley. Looks like it goes off the inside of his ankle. Didn't get a clean hit on it. Didn't get a totally clean hit on it, and just puts, inches from the post. And he's just going, oh my goodness, I want that one back.
His actual time in league play has been limited due to injuries and missing time playing for Jamaica. But he has been as productive of a goal scorer as the Indy 11 have had this season.
That should have been the equalizer. That would have been a great answer to that goal they've given up, but just missed it wide. But the pressure is good, and they can do that again.
Castellanos with some space. For the last couple of years was Sporting Kansas City. Played a handful of matches for their next pro side as well. Foster comes up a bit gimpy. That concerns knowing he is just getting over an injury. Lindley knocked to the turf by Bodley.
Yeah, we talk about Alvarez. He's like a ninja out there. He's up top, he's back, he's on the outside, he's on the inside. Moose is watching him right now, and he's going to have his hands full because that Alvarez is all over the field, and he's trying to find a way to constantly create space for himself, and they're going to keep looking for him. So, number 47 for Tampa Bay. He's got the ball right now.
Honduras. And he takes a tumble. He and Lindley get collected. We play on. Possession not disrupted for Tampa Bay. Longest spell of possession really for either team so far in this match.
Yeah, Tampa Bay looks good early in the game here. They look really good, Greg.
Fans, you can show your Indy 11 pride. Your exclusive IMCU Indy 11 debit card at any IMCU branch or online now at imcu.com.
And what Indy 11 does not want to do is these type, even though it's a relatively safe area to cause a foul, these balls served in can be challenging. So Indy 11's just got to be a little bit more disciplined with their challenges and how they're going in. 50-50s are great, but you're going in reckless, you're going to be giving up the ball quite a bit and giving Tampa Bay some restart opportunities.
The read by Afemu. Now tries to play Foster into space. Foster just shouldered away by Guillen. Guillen now in his 6th year with the Rowdies, 10th year as a pro.
That was an interesting ball. Goodness. That was...
Best looks for the Indy 11 have come from mistakes in the back, frankly,
right,
so far for the Rowdies.
That was not a ball you'd want to see your defender play right to the keeper. Pressure.
Here's Bodley. Scored against the Indy 11 back on that June 25th game. He, Moon, and Wyke, the goal scorers all in the second half. That also included a penalty that was missed by Manuel Arteaga on that night. Trying to get in behind Quinn was Moon, and the flag goes up.
And Bodley is deceiving, Greg. You know, he kind of paces himself, but he's got explosive speed. He's super quick, so he's a little bit deceptive that way, where you think he kind of lulls you into, okay, I'm marked up, and then he can just explode 5 yards out. Kind of surprises defenders sometimes, and that's how he creates space for himself.
I want to welcome a new sponsor to the Indy 11, our friends at Droplight. Fuel for brave brands. To put your business in the limelight, visit droplight.com. Long ball that does not locate a teammate for the Indy 11. A restart coming for Ethan Bandrek.
That opportunity by Williams was certainly an equalizer. They got an opportunity there, but Indy 11 looks a bit out of sorts. They're not maintaining some of the possession. They're basically chasing right now. They've just got to get themselves calmed down, get composed, play the ball to feet.
Tampa Bay has had the better of possession, but they have looked a little shaky when trying to play it out of the back. Once they've gotten the ball to the midfield, they've been fine. It's along the back row that's been the issue.
Yeah, they've made a couple of, you'd call them oops decisions, right? They've gotten away with it so far.
Frankly, that miss by Williams on the giveaway a few minutes ago, frankly, was reminiscent of the second half last week, where Indy had several chances to make it 3, and they didn't. You just kind of had that feeling, hey, you're going to let Tulsa hang around, and they did. Tulsa ended up getting 1 back, but couldn't get a second. Indy would finish the group stage of the Jägermeister Cup with the most points with 11. Rendon and Foster could not connect.
That's why you want to, when you get the opportunities like that, you want to capitalize on them, right? And if you don't, that can set in some, a negative mindset or a challenging mindset. So you want to capitalize on those. It's easier said than done. Those balls that, Williams was trying to hit was not an easy ball to hit, but certainly was a bit of a gift, and you want to put those away.
Afemu venturing well upfield just to deal with Alvarez. Macias gets ahead to it. Afemu gets in the way, and now Murphy again. Everything is trying to use that speed of Foster and Rendon, but credit Guillen. He shows some closing speed to keep Foster away from the ball.
Very quick for a big boy.
Yes, he is. There's reasons he's been playing for 10 years. Of course, this match is brought to us by the Keystone Group, specializing in transformation developments, construction, management, and investments.
Yeah, throwing the long ball down, even though with Foster's speed, it's going to be challenging. Indy 11's got to work the ball a little bit more, go through the midfield, get the ball wide, switch a point of attack, play the ball to feet, because in space, Tampa Bay defenders are running those down right now, and that's going to wear out Indy 11's attack.
Blake and Quinn trying to combine. No handball. Their arm was tucked in. Good work by Murphy to dig in and take that ball away from Nick Moon. So Moon will settle, and he'll play this ball to Lewis Hilton. Indy chasing the game a little bit. While we have the opportunity, let's welcome a special guest, Jeffrey Harrison, who has served as president and CEO of the Citizens Energy Group, the utility providing Indianapolis and the Central Indian community with water, wastewater, natural gas, and thermal energy services since 2015. Jeff, it's good to see you again. How you doing?
Thank you. Doing well. Thank you very much for having me here today. This is great.
All right, give us the elevator speech. When somebody says, I think if you live in Indianapolis, you should know what Citizens Energy Group is. If for some reason they don't, what do you tell them?
You know, I tell them that we are your hometown utility, that we serve about 900,000 people here in central Indiana. We provide water, natural gas, wastewater, which is their sewer, and we also provide thermal energy to downtown Indianapolis.
What are kind of the issues that are top of mind right now to the folks at Citizens?
Yeah, so we are focused on a lot of things. One of them is we're just finishing up our Big Dig Indy project. That's a project here in central Indiana. We're 250 feet beneath the surface of the water at that depth, or the surface of the earth. At that depth, we're tunneling some 20-foot diameter pipe, working on trying to reduce sewer overflows in the city.
What else you have coming up these days for Citizens?
You know, we've got a lot more. We talk about conservation. It's summertime right now. It's been very hot. Today's a great day.
Right.
It's a great day to watch soccer. But it has been hot, which means that people are watering their lawns. And so we try to help them understand that you only need to water your lawn 2 days a week, twice a week. We had a commercial on that. Tried to introduce a little humor with twice a week and our dad there. And then also we have Ways to Save Man, who is also you'll see him on TV or on social media in a green suit, and he will help you understand how to save energy and how to save on your water bill as well.
Now, do I get credit on my bill? I have not watered my yard the entire year.
I haven't either,
Jeff.
Jeff.
That is I'm hardly ever there.
My HOA is telling me too.
That is made up by the fact that my wife waters the flowers like every day. Do I get a break on my bill for that?
You unfortunately, you know, in the summertime, we do in some place offer a summer sewer credit because we know that people are washing their cars and those kinds. So you'll get a break. I think a little break on your sewer bill.
All right. So final thing before we let you go. Again, you and I have done this interview before. You have been a longtime partner of the Indy 11.
Absolutely.
Why is the Indy 11 something that you want, or an entity you want to partner with?
Yeah, absolutely. So we love the Indy 11. We love the atmosphere here. We love the team. This is something that we believe provides quality of life, improves quality of life here in central Indiana. In fact, I want to give a quick shout out to my team members who are here. We've got a number of employees from Citizens Energy Group here tonight enjoying the game as well.
Foster misses wide left. You're going to be stuck with us the entire match.
I know.
Made that.
I know.
You can bring good luck, Jeff.
I wouldn't leave. So
we wouldn't let you.
So a lot going on. Again, shout out to my team members that are here today, and again, we love the Indy 11. We think this is a great game to watch, great team to watch, great atmosphere again, and especially on a beautiful night like tonight.
Jeff, it's good to see you, buddy. Thanks for the time and thanks for support of the Indy 11.
Good seeing you as well. Thanks again,
Jeff.
Tim. Thanks, you
Thank
guys.
you.
Jeff Harrison from Citizens Energy
Go Indy
Group.
11.
Absolutely. Appreciate him joining us to be our special in-booth guest for this evening's contest. He would join Al Unser Jr. as guests that have had a goal scored for the Indy 11.
Is that right?
During a broadcast this year.
He's great.
Little Al thought he was Andres Cantor. He just wanted to yell goal the entire time that he was on.
You know, it's interesting when you listen to Jeff and with Citizens, people don't realize all the different things that I don't even understand all the different things they do. But goodness, it's what an operation, what an organization that keeps everything from clean water to helping people save energy to.
Thankfully, Mother Nature has allowed my air conditioner a 3-day break finally.
Yeah.
After working overtime for a month. Lake was fouled. Possession reverts back to the Indy 11. Last touched by Aiden Quinn.
Indy 11's having trouble just creating right now, Greg. They just can't find a rhythm through the midfield and into Williams and Foster and connecting with them and supporting them. They're just struggling right now to try to find that rhythm in the attack.
Rowdies won the regular season finale against the Indy 11 last year. That was a game that was played at IMG by some time because of storms. The match was featured on ESPN2. Indianapolis residents might be familiar with the home of the Rowdies at Al Lang Stadium because the circuit around that stadium is where the annual IndyCar race, the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg, takes place. Bodily off to the races here. Alvarez to his left, cuts it back, and it was Musa that was there waiting for it.
Nice play.
Missed by the Rowdies.
Yeah, you see nice combination between Alvarez and Bodily.
Foul call. Foul call. Murphy draws said contact.
Coach Casiato did not like that call. Let's take a look here. They just kind of both going for the ball. I can see where that could be a little questionable from Coach Casiato.
Lindley venturing a bit further. Lindley. Foster can't play it. He's offside at the time, and Rendon over hits it. Central Indiana Ford dealers are a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. It's your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. O'Brien draws contact. And I've talked a lot about the last couple of months. We have seen, Cam Lindley kind of work his way back in the lineup. In the last month, it's been Josh O'Brien, who played extensively last year. Didn't see the field much the first 2 or 3 months of the season. Now O'Brien is seeing his name called every Saturday.
And he's done a great job. He's kept everything organized back there. He's extremely involved. He's coaching on the field. Rightly so. He deserves to be on the field. He's played and performed well enough to keep that spot. Indy 11 has a really good, as we talk about, Greg, they've got depth in the back, right? Stanley's out for a minute. And with Hogan, you've got a lot of quality defenders. So O'Brien's done a nice job of being consistent and getting the nod every game recently. Good opportunity here for Indy 11. Serve it to the far post.
Quinn up and over Rendon. Ofemu has a hit, doesn't get through. Blake again couldn't clear several players in green and gold. Foster resets. Musa! Rendon's blast doesn't get through. Blake tries again, and Musa couldn't steer it on target. Best scoring opportunity.
Nice flurry. Tenacious defending by Tampa Bay. Hilton comes out. Nice ball in. A little bit of a scramble. You see Hilton here. Nice block. Serving it back in. We talk about outside in, and that's what they're doing, but just couldn't get it on target. But a nice flurry from Indy 11.
Our best look since Williams had the turnover moment in the early stages of the match. Indy has taken what was a weakness the first 3 months of the season, turned it into a strength in June and July, and that is simply getting points here, whether it's a Jägermeister Cup play or USL Championship play. Really kind of started with a win against Pittsburgh in early June, and from kind of that Saturday on, home has felt like that for the Indy 11 after they were frankly better on the road the first few months of this season. This is the 7th time in the last 8 Saturday nights the Indy 11 have played here. Now that starts to change as of next week. Indy's on the road the next 2 Saturday nights. However, we are thrilled that we'll have all 6 matches the Indy 11 will play in the month of August. We'll have a local broadcast for. Same place you're watching tonight's match, and WRTV is where you can watch the next 2 Saturday nights when Indy is on the road. First and Hamtramck. They take on Detroit City FC next Saturday night, and the following Saturday when Loud United plays host to the Indy 11 from Segra Field. Indy back here for Jägermeister Cup play August 20th. Home matches against Miami and Lou City on the 23rd and 30th. Musa digs in against Van Kayezia.
How deep Musa is, right? All the way down, and Lindy's covering for him back a little bit. Quinn dropped back a little bit. So I like the interchange. I like, Musa getting forward. Can't do that all the time, but they're coordinating everything well. Musa goes forward, Quinn drops, or Lindley covers for him a little bit. Like to see that interchanging and different combinations. They're trying to mix it up. They're trying to catch the Tampa Bay defenders.
So back by Murphy. Again, Afemu and Pasillas. That's a battle worth the price of admission right there.
Yeah, that's going to go on all day.
Afemu got injured in that match against Tampa Bay back on June 25th. Cost him the better part of a month. He returned last Saturday. You thought, all right, maybe he's on a minutes restriction. No, he played the full 90. He was just fine.
It's good to see him out there.
Afemu now in his 8th year as a pro. Despite that, he's just turned 25. We first saw him playing with the Bethlehem Steel back in 2018. Pasillas fouled, draws contact, and now a set piece. And not just within striking range, but let's remind, especially those watching outside of Indy, Hunter Salt's got to battle the sun as well as that free kick here.
It's right in his face. It's a beautiful day, but the one thing that's negative about this beautiful day is the sun is just coming at him hard, and you can see he's going to have a challenge to try to cover his eyes and see it. So not only does he have to organize a defense and keep track, he's got to track the ball as well. This is a shootable ball.
It's Hilton that is standing over it here.
Bruno, out. Indy 11 holding on the 18. Very disciplined. I think he's going to shoot this.
Hilton gives it a go, and Salt all over it.
Tracked it well. That was well hit. It's on target. Had a little bit of a bend to it. Was going to the upper 90. It's a nice looking shot. Goes around the wall. It's bending right in. Yeah, that's a nice effort by Hilton.
Hilton approaching 20. Aiden Quinn's second in career minutes played. Quick feet by Afemu. By the way, Danny Crisostomo went over 10,000 minutes just a few minutes ago in terms of his league career. So congratulations to him. That ball for Quinn a little bit too much.
A lot of great veterans in this league that have done miles on the ground.
And frankly, these are two of the more veteran teams that we have in this league. These guys know each other very well. I showed you Cam Lindley again tonight, his 100th appearance for the Indy 11. This is his 4th season with the team, the local product out of Garin Catholic High School. Again, Pasillas this time is matched up with Musa. If you're Sean McCauley, Dan, what do you want to see differently from your team here?
You just, several things. Higher pressure when finding guys open, but they're just not penetrating well. Getting numbers up into the attack. As they get into the attack, they want to get numbers up. Balls like that, they're just giving them away. That's sloppy. And you can see Coach McCauley just screaming at that right now. So they got to clean it up a little bit. They're giving too many balls away and making it much easier for Tampa Bay to just transition back on them. So better possession.
Indy 11 Soccer is brought to us by Johnson Controls, the power behind your mission. Just 4 wins in league play this season for Tampa Bay, one of them against the Indy 11. They have led this match the better part of the last 25 minutes. Rubens Pasillas, his 7th goal of the season. Trying to set up play here. Hilton knocks it forward. Bodily. Was out of time to do anything with that. Plays it right back to Hunter Salt.
Pasillas and Hilton had a nice little combination there. I talked about it before with Bodily. He's got a quick 5-yard explosive sprint, and he can just kind of take off when you don't expect it, and you can see it there. He ran out of real estate, and Salt was there to gobble it up. But it only takes 3 to 5 yards to give yourself a little bit of space.
You would say there was little comfort in that foul given to Malik Foster.
Yeah.
But you can experience comfort in downtown Indianapolis when you stop by Hyatt Place and Hyatt House in downtown Indy.
Brilliant segues, Greg.
You know soccer, I do segues. This is how this works.
I love it. It's amazing. And I'll reiterate to people who are listening, Greg is not reading notes. This is coming off the top of his head. It's absolutely insane, the stats that he's rattling off and going back years and stats, and he's not reading anything. This is all in his mind. It's just genius.
Say it convincingly, people will believe you.
Well,
throw in coming here for the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
So fun.
The first two teams the Indy 11 ever played are teams they still play on a regular basis. What is now North Carolina FC was back then the Carolina Railhawks. Tampa Bay was the next team up. Another old nemesis in green and gold is going to come back next year, albeit at a different level. The New York Cosmos are returning to play.
Fun.
They're going to play in New Jersey.
Just the name, right? The name just resonates with the old NASL days back in the 70s, you know, with Pele and Canalia. Just Warner Roth, some, you know, the old names.
Yellow shown to Nick Moon, our first yellow card of the match, and Williams draws the contact.
Even though the Cosmos haven't been around, here's the foul. Yeah, he's coming in reckless. Coming in, cleats up, cross the legs. Those are the kind of plays where players get injured. Good call by the ref.
Moon, the Wisconsin native, played collegiate soccer at Milwaukee. Played for Lansing Ignite in his first year as a pro in 2019, and then joined the Indy 11 in 2020. Williams the target. Castellanos skies it. And Hilton. That was two Tampa Bay players collided there.
Yeah, it wasn't the foul. They both collided.
And with Tampa Bay having possession, we're going to go back and check on the players that were down.
It looked like Romario Williams was involved there, and it looked like it potentially was a foul, but turns out it was two Tampa Bay players just colliding.
Cristostomo is the player that is injured, and we said he celebrated playing 10,000 minutes in the league. He's not celebrating now. 7th-year pro who played his college soccer at UC Irvine. And Williams.
Yeah, they just kind of went into each other, and Cristostomo takes it in the head here, right there. Oh, yeah.
Williams kind of nudges Castellanos, who then
a little bit of contact
barreled into Cristostomo, and I think we're just wiping away the turf pellets more than anything else.
Williams' momentum going in. Cristostomo, his own player, finished the job. No foul. But whenever you get hit in the face and the head like that, you know, you just got to be really careful. Hope he's okay.
Both teams getting a minute of respite. Gives us a chance to tell you about Soccer Saturday on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Thanks to the last couple. We were joined by last week's post-game guests in terms of Bruno Rendon and Hunter Salt. We talked to Cam Lindley on the celebration of his 100th appearance for the Indy 11, and head coach Sean McCauley. Make sure you join us again next Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Looks like he's going to come back in, no problem.
He'll be waved on by our referee momentarily.
Again, the rule is, and trainer comes on to check on a player. He's got to leave the field, make sure he's okay. Referee can wave him back on once the play resumes.
Final 5 minutes of this first half brought to us by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle.
Not just a beautiful night tonight, Greg. We got an unbelievable crowd tonight. I mean, it's great to see people coming out. Obviously, the weather dictates that, but they have come out tonight. It's a fantastic crowd.
Bodily. Room to operate. Tries to slide this through to Moon. Moon now will reset. Moon getting just his 4th start in league play this season. Bodily. Just nudged away by Indy, but not out of danger just yet. Guillen will settle. Tampa Bay has not looked like a last place team when they have played the Indy 11 this season. There are certain teams that are just tough matchups for you, and historically that has been the case for the Rowdies versus the Indy 11. Again, it's Moon working his way around Musa. Musa digs in and dispossesses the former Indy 11 man.
Nice play by Musa.
Foster is fouled. Don't think we'll have a tremendous amount of additional time. Restart deemed to be a bit too quick.
One player for Indy 11 who's been a little quiet this first half is Jack Blake. See if they can get him the ball, get him a little bit more involved. He's so dangerous. He's so talented. Got to get him a little bit more involved. He's got plenty of space around him. He doesn't have a guy marking him constantly.
Quinn, how about that? Foster knew it was coming. Foster has Rendon and Blake making a run. Blake was the target. Foster was trying to find him. Instead, Indy has their second corner of the map.
And that's what Blake does. He makes those runs. He makes himself present. Just got to try to find a way to get that ball to him.
Now, again, at this point, as Quinn is turning, Foster knows to make his run. He knows that Quinn will find him. That is remarkable.
It's an incredible pass by
Restart
Quinn.
coming here. Famo! Famo gets the equalizing goal for the Indy 11. And it's time to cue the smoke in Indianapolis in minute number 44. Not just on our replay, Indy 11 went quick on the restart too, and may have caught the Rowdies just a bit napping.
And what an opportunistic goal by Ofemu. You know, you talk about, right place, right time. Here's a guy coming from all the way in the back, but his size allows him to kind of muscle his way in and just gets a good strike on it and puts the ball in the back of the net. And right before halftime, Indy 11 has tied this game up.
I didn't think this game was going to end 1-0. How about that service by Murphy? Give Murphy the assist. And Ofemu heads it home.
Just a beautiful ball by Murphy, and Ofemu just, far post, catches keeper off guard. Yeah, I think it came across quick, caught defense off, simple cross.
We have sung the praises of Ben in all aspects of the game. Any goal scoring for him is a bonus, but certainly needed for the Indy 11. Indy 11 sponsor, or Indy 11 Soccer, sponsored by Dormacaba. Dormacaba for every place that matters. Will be a throw coming here.
So Ofemu's second goal of the season. Again, defenders their job is not to score goals, but when they do, it's a bonus, right? It's like a goalkeeper on penalty kicks.
He had goals in back-to-back matches last year, one of them being in league play against Hartford, other being in Open Cup play against Detroit City. In a 3-0 win as part of Indy's run to the Open Cup semis. Foul whistle against Pasillas. 3 minutes of stoppage time. 3 additional minutes before we get to halftime. As always, we'll talk to Sean McCauley to begin our halftime festivities.
We'll see what Coach McCauley says about what adjustments he wants them to make. But I would think that getting the midfield and more involved in supporting the attack, getting Blake more involved in the attack, some of the key elements I think that will help.
Williams goes to ground, did not get a whistle. Lindley goes to ground, did get a whistle. Pasillas deemed guilty of the infraction.
And Lindley knows he's not going to win that ball in the air with a player taller than him, but the effort to go up and challenge for it is still awesome. Love that he goes up and challenges for it because he knows that he could draw a foul, little contact there, and it's exactly what he did.
It's the reason why you get to 100 games with the team, right?
It's just the soccer IQ that he has is so valuable to this team and to any team that he plays on. It's just so fun to watch. But he knows he's not going to win that ball, but he's going to go for it anyway and try to create something.
Williams finds some space. For Williams' credit, he stayed up. I thought he might have been better off. Now, obviously, Alvarez with a foul here. This would be the equivalent of a of a corner kick coming here. I thought Williams might have been better served to kind of drop at the edge of the 18
no
and
kidding.
potentially get a very short free kick, but it all works out in the wash for the Indy 11.
And look who's in the corner taking him down, Alvarez, who's deep into the defense, and that was a pretty strong hit. It could have warranted a yellow. Referee didn't feel so, but nice opportunity here again for Indy 11.
It's Quinn wearing the captain's armband.
Couldn't have a better guy crossing it.
6 assists so far for the team. Bending ball in and ask for a handball, won't get it. And he again has to worry about the kind of jailbreak going the other direction. Cristostomo, good hustle. Salt content to play keep away. Foster was in an offside position. He made an attempt at it. Either didn't touch it. Hence the flag goes up. Not sure if I would say this was an evenly played half. I'd say it more leans to the visitors, but
yeah,
it's a results-based business. It's tied at a goal apiece here as we approach halftime.
See the possession stats at halftime. I think it's going to lean toward Tampa Bay, but the indication on the scoreboard is 1-1, which is good. We'll see how coaches make any changes at halftime.
And no further activity is required. So Benefemu's second goal of the league season has gotten us to a point where we are level at a goal apiece after 45 minutes of play. Teams and players heading off into the locker room. The last guy in will be the head coach in Sean McCulloch as he is joining us right now. Coach, your thoughts on what Ben's goal just did for you?
I think it gives a bit of a reward for the work that we've put in. We've created a couple of chances. I think Romario should score, and we've had a couple of looks at the goal in terms of trying to get crosses in the box. Not consistently, but I think we've done enough to go into the game level for sure. I just think we need to defend a little bit better.
Anything from a tactics standpoint look to change in half number 2?
No, not really, because like I said, if we were getting overrun with chances, I know they're going to have quite a bit of possession because they've got an extra man in midfield, but if we were getting overrun with them creating a lot of chances, then I'd maybe look at changing that. But on the flip side to them playing how they play, it's also given us the opportunity to create some chances as well. So maybe later on in the second half, we might look to change things because we want to go for the 3 points.
Sounds good, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sean McCulloch, head coach of the Indy 11. As always, he'll join us post-game as well, as will a couple of players. In our post-game show, there's a new sponsor we'll tell you about coming up later in the broadcast as well. Well, Women's Pasillas gets the first one, his 7th of the season. Indy was chasing the game for north of 30 minutes. But Benefemu on service from James Murphy leveled us in minute number 44. Tied to 1 at halftime on WRTV Channel 6.
I'm a happy-go-lucky guy, but sometimes I get a little stressed because I'm not for sure what's going to happen down the road. I was at the cancer unit, and when I come out from seeing the doctor, I said something about needing some help with all the paperwork. They gave me a name and a phone number. Her name is Molly. She works over at Community. She tells me, stop worrying, let me take care of it. She is my angel.
Stand by me. Every place has a purpose, and the people who inhabit those places have their own reasons for being there. The last thing on their minds should be concerns about the safety of the places they are in. When it comes to security and safety for all the places that matter, Dormicaba offers a seamless flow of integrated solutions that allow people to move securely about their daily lives. Because the places that matter to you matter to us.
Again, folks, these are called scenics in the business. This could be a live shot. That's how beautiful it is tonight in downtown Indianapolis. Thanks for joining us on WRTV Channel 6 and ESPN Plus. Tied at a goal apiece. Now, there is always halftime entertainment. There's always something that is going on in an Indy 11 game. Well, this is Dylan. He is the college Huber 6,000 Lego piece artwork that he is working on for tonight's game. Just if you thought that Legos were going to go downhill because Miles Turner is now in Milwaukee, clearly you are wrong. This is part of what we're calling the block party tonight, kind of celebrating STEM as in science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and education. Great chance for our young fans to kind of piece things together, if you will, at tonight's game. Find out more about Dylan at thecollegehuber.com. You'll find out more about the USL Championship when we come back from this short timeout here at Carroll Stadium. Indy 11 won. Tampa Bay Rowdies won. You're watching on WRTV and ESPN Plus.
With more features to keep your account safe and secure. Northwest Bank is here for what's next.
Good dog.
Prinks tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks tires will be there for the long haul.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. 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 What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
This week on USL All Access, big news coming out of Detroit City in the USL Championship. Sporting director Trevor James departs the club. What's the vision of this organization moving forward? Jägermeister Cup is out of control, but we are down to 8 teams. And why, oh why, are we still talking about El Clamico?
An absolutely picture-perfect night in the capital city of Indiana. Downtown Indianapolis, old familiar foes, Tampa Bay Rowdies and the Indy 11. We'll get back to this match in a matter of moments' time now for our look around the USL Championship. Let's start with our news and notes segment. Indy 11's a big part of point number 2, but point number 1, the state to the south of us again, Lou City and Lexington only met one time in the regular season because Lexington's in the Western Conference in their first year. But they were in the same group in the Jägermeister Cup, and over 8,200 fans were in Lexington to watch Lou City come from behind. However, as we talk about going for glory, Lou City did not make it out of their group. In fact, 5 teams from the East, including the Indy 11, advanced on to the Jägermeister Cup quarterfinals. 3 of them are currently below the playoff line. The only one that didn't is the team the Indy 11 are playing tonight in the Tampa Bay Rowdies. And to get a reminder for Indy 11 fans, the match against Greenfield has shifted to a home match. That is Wednesday, August 20th at 7 o'clock. All tickets just $15. And we are getting to that time of the year where moves are starting to be made. Nothing yet for the Indy 11, but again, for Las Vegas, they've shifted out a couple of key players like Malik Howell and Valentin Noel. It's been a busy week of action in the USL Championship. Matches on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Here's how things played out. And frankly, from the Indy 11 perspective, they played out well. Charlie Allman, 94th minute. Got a point back for Pittsburgh. Those two teams kind of sandwich Indy in terms of the table. And Hartford Athletic had been having trouble scoring goals all year. They put up 4 here in Indy about a month or so ago, make it 2 months ago. They put up 4 in New Mexico on Wednesday night. Last night again, this score helps the Indy 11. FC Tulsa beats Loud United by a score of 3-2. And Danny, you and I were talking about this. There's a whole lot of matches against the Eastern Conference competition coming up. A lot of 6-pointers coming up for the Indy 11.
A lot of movement possible in these standings, Greg. And, 14 games left. And like you said, most of the games in the Eastern Conference, there's going to be a lot of movement going on in the next few games.
Just like this one. We'll come back with first half highlights. Get ready for second half action when we come back to Carroll Stadium. The Indy 11 of the Tampa Bay Rowdies. You're watching on WRTV 6 and ESPN+.
The main part of my job is definitely listening. People deserve transparency. I don't want the financial part to be something that stops or hinders a patient from having the health care that they need. I try to treat each person like they're my mom or my grandmother, my daughter, my husband. I want them to know that they're not just another phone call for us. And it's very rewarding to know that I can provide peace of mind.
Stand by me.
This is Paul. He loves running, music, and DIY home projects. In fact, he's remodeling his kitchen thanks to a home equity line of credit from Indiana Members Credit Union. They connected him with a loan officer, got him approved at a great low rate, and made it easy for him to make his monthly payment from anywhere thanks to IMCU's digital banking. Looks like Paul can do it all with a little help from IMCU.
This encapsulates what Live Golf is all about.
It's our turn. Yeah, we up next. That's one of the great moments in Live Golf. It's our turn. Yeah, we up next. Formed a brotherhood. Lights, cameras, high standards.
Well, look out, golf world. A star is being born.
Our team at Security Federal Savings Bank welcomes you to our newest location, our West Carmel branch on Michigan Road, here to serve you. All the services you expect from a premier bank, personal and business banking, wealth management, trust services, and much more. The Security Federal Savings Bank branch team offers the expertise and knowledge you want and expect. Security Federal Savings Bank, proud of our team and our newest West Carmel location.
Tonight's match is presented by Community Health Sports Medicine, exceptional care simply delivered, and by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. You are looking at the intersection of Market Street and Capitol, about 5 or 6 blocks away from where we are located on the campus of IU Indy. Both teams a goal. Let's show you how we got here with a quick look at our first half highlights. And again, Women's Pasillas, the guy that got the goal scoring going, Dan, Tampa Bay admitted.
Loses him and he buries it. I mean, great shot, great strike. 1-0 Tampa Bay.
That's the former Indy 11 man and Nick Boone that got the assist on the play. Here is what probably should have been the first Indy 11 goal. Mario Williams would like to have that one back.
Boy, he had it beat. He had him beat. He didn't hit it clean and just put it wide by inches.
And again, it was mistakes at the back that led to the best looks early for the Indy 11. Again, a series of looks that nothing really ever got through for Indy. Hunter Salt makes the save here, uses all of his 6'7" frame, and here's the equalizer. Benefemu's second of the year.
Just fantastic from Quinn. From Murphy coming in, serving it in swinger. Ofemu coming from the back, one-touch header, far post, equalizer.
Indy, by the way, is going to go ahead and make a substitution. We'll get that to you in a matter of moments. Here's a look at the numbers, and Dan, kind of as expected, possession tilted in favor of Tampa Bay.
Possessions, it is, and we expected that. Look at the shots, though. 8 for Indy 11 and 2 for Tampa. So, Indy 11 is creating more, like Coach McCauley said at halftime. They're creating. They just got to find the back of the net. But that possession rate for Indy 11 needs to go up, and that's going to happen by getting the ball, start moving more through the midfield.
Pat Hogan is going to come on for the Indy 11, going to replace Josh O'Brien. So an early substitution for the Indy 11. Our substitutions are brought to us by Morales Group Staffing, offering flexibility in both staffing and operational efficiency. So early change here for Coach McCauley.
Yeah, and we'll see how that plays out. I think it's a good change, and he's trying to get fresh legs and just get a little bit of a spark there. We'll see how that plays out.
That does not use a substitution window for the Indy 11. Of note, Tampa Bay only dressed 17 tonight, so they have one less field player they could go to if they choose to make a sub. And Indy has picked up single points against the Rowdies on a semi-regular basis. They have not picked up all 3 points against Tampa Bay in nearly 7 years. And if you want to go back to just this building, we are just shy of 10 years. The only time that Indy beat Tampa Bay here at Carroll Stadium.
Wow. Well, let's hope tonight they turn that corner, because that's quite an amount of time. And
for Rowdies fans, we'll go in the Wayback Machine. That was the last match that Thomas Rongen was the head coach of the team.
Yeah.
It was also the night we had to kind of cancel the postgame show because it was raining between our camera and our broadcast location. It was pouring at the end of that match.
It's the challenges of doing broadcasts outside with wonderful Mother Nature.
We were looking at the referee going, he's adding like 2 minutes. It's a 3-0. We're like, buddy, what are you doing? Let's get out.
It's calling.
Like Noah's going on the track. Come on, friend, let's go. Greg Rakestraw, Dan Capsalis with you on WRTV and ESPN Plus. Tampa Bay trying to work their way into a playoff position. Indy is currently there, but again, there really isn't that much separation. Basically 12 points separate spots 3 through 12.
Yeah, and that can be made up quickly too, Greg, as we know in this league.
And Indy has a flurry of matches against teams from the East. They are largely done with playing Western Conference foes. They got to play Tulsa and Orange County. Everything else is against Eastern teams. Here's White. For the back post run, flares it wide to Bodley, and Bodley doesn't do much with that. Indy 11 Soccer is brought to us by Dorma Cava, for every place that matters.
Nice ball by, and then trying to get a one-touch back on the far side. Nice idea, just wasn't executed very well.
The reference that both these teams are in, obviously kind of single point scenarios here. Both these teams very much incentivized to go for 3. Tampa Bay's got to start that climb. They've got plenty of time, and they're not that many points back, but there's so many teams they have to climb, being in 12. Given Indy's recent run of form here, they're looking for goals 2 and 3 in half number 2 to get 3 points.
I think that's why Tampa Bay has made the move to bring in Coach Cassiano to try to get this Tampa Bay team back in the climb.
Yeah, because again, this is not what is expected of them. When they made the move to send Cal Jennings to Charleston, everybody said, all right, they may not be at the top of the table in the East. You always expect the Rowdies to be in a playoff position. They are that quality of an organization. Musa does just enough to move Pasillas off the ball. Williams kind of held up on that because he felt he might have been in an offside position.
Yeah, he was kind of slow to get to that one, but I think he was worried about his positioning on that one.
He slow played that one intentionally. No substitution yet for the Rowdies. Pasillas, Indy had hoped he was off. He was not, but Salt able to make the read, and knowing that there's some green and gold that had gotten forward. Now Indy's got numbers going the other direction. Rendon showcasing his speed, and Lindley hits him in stride. Rendon couldn't get it past Guillen. We've said that for a lot of years in terms of not getting it past Guillen.
And you may not have seen it, but when Salt got that ball, Lindley immediately started flying up the flank because he knew that was a perfect outlet, and Salt recognizes that. So that's, again, the type of IQ with Cam Lindley. As soon as Salt had that ball, he knew he had to distribute it, and Lindley was already flying up the field and got the ball and delivered it and created another, offensive run. So plays like that people don't notice sometimes, plays like that and the decision-making that Salt makes and Lindley makes, it's just good stuff.
Crisostomo clipped Rendon, hence the foul. Tonight's match presented in part by our friends at Johnson Controls. Johnson Controls, the power behind your mission.
Nice opportunity coming here. Goal is serve it to the far post, deep six. Time the runs. Careful not to move too quick and get offside.
Murphy had the earlier assist to Ofemu. Andrea is dealing just with that last fleeting bit of sun back to the west. And this is an east-west pitch alignment we have here. Quinn distributes. Rendon just sends it straight up and not on target. And opportunity goes by the wayside for the Indy 11.
Another great service by Quinn. Rendon tried to slip, had it, just hit it heavy and hit it straight up in the air out of bounds. But he got open. So again, chance created.
Sports This match is brought to us by Community Health Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. Exceptional care simply delivered.
See some of the Tampa Bay players, Indy 11 players warming up on the bench. See if Arteaga for Tampa Bay gets in the game, one of their top players, not playing tonight yet. But we didn't get an injury report. We don't know if he's injured or not, but unusual that he's not on the pitch tonight.
Ball mishandled by the Rowdies. Williams knows that Foster can chase down anything. Foster, good job by Guillen. Corner coming for the Indy 11.
Blake was making a great run to the far post there. Then he squeezed in toward the near post. But again, he sees those runs. He sees that open space. They just got to try to find him. They haven't been able to find Blake as much tonight. But they need to get him more involved because he's such an integral part of this attack.
Quinn with the in-swinger with a left foot. Ending ball back post again. Ofemu.
Just wide.
Didn't make it his way to it the first time and kind of got it off his heels the second time.
Got a piece of it. He got it. Again, a brilliant ball by Quinn. And Ofemu, keeper hits it. Ofemu just can't quite get around it, but he got to it. And the 11's knocking. Great pressure by Musa. Got him a little bit there. Good pressure by Musa, but he did make contact.
Let's update you on the other scores involving matches in the Eastern Conference. Kind of a lighter night tonight. 6 games being played because it was a very busy midweek. Pittsburgh leading Rhode Island 1-0. That's downtown Pittsburgh. Lou City already out to a 1-goal lead against North Carolina. The other match involving an Eastern team is the late match on Galazzo. Birmingham is at Phoenix Rising at 10:30 tonight. Rendon. Foul.
These are, they're not goal-scoring opportunities from the shot here, but these are restart opportunities that create havoc for the defense. And the 11 just had one on Tampa's end, and here in the offensive third, Tampa gets an opportunity here to pop one inside the box.
Pat Hogan drawing the ire of our referee. Doing Jot.
Not well hit.
Quinn. Lindley knows
Nice
again that
ball.
Foster is there. Foster trying to round Bodily. Credit Blake for standing him up, but Foster finds a way through. Cristostomo with the hustle to get back in front of Jack Blake.
Great defensive play there by Cristostomo, because Blake was ready to pounce on that.
Tampa Bay tonight has shown the form that we kind of thought they would be going into the season, not what the results have been for most of this year.
Yeah, they've had a nice game. They haven't, they've had, talking about the stats in the first half, they've had 2 shots. Obviously, one of them went in. So they haven't created that much, but their midfield play and their possession game has been a little bit better than Indy 11's tonight. So I agree, Greg. They do look better than their record shows.
Indy 11 Soccer is brought to us by Morales Group Staffing, offering flexibility in both staffing and operational efficiencies, while driving results to your bottom line, increasing productivity and reducing labor costs.
Another dangerous restart here for Tampa Bay. Again, as the game gets late, players are getting tired and they're going in a little bit, sometimes a little bit reckless. When you give up opportunities like this could come back to haunt you.
It's Hilton. Williams got there first.
Didn't get enough on it.
Lindley, so well timed.
Just reads the play so well. It's like he knows what's going to happen 5 seconds before it happens.
Going for Tampa Bay.
Always noticed too with Cam, he always pulls his shorts up. He's always got his shorts riding a little higher. It's cool. It's his trademark.
You got to show off those quads.
It's his trademark. I love it.
Moon almost doing his Maradona impersonation by putting that.
Not if you're from England. But memorable for sure. I was in Napoli, Italy over this last spring, and Napoli is like a sanctuary. The whole city's a sanctuary for Maradona. He's everywhere.
Opportunity here for Alvarez. Alvarez tucks it inside the post. 2-1 Tampa Bay. The transitional moment benefits the Rowdies, and the League One import from 2 months ago has given the Rowdies the lead once again.
The guy we've talked about pretty much all game. He can kind of stay quiet for a minute, but then you see how explosive he is. He gets a quick ball and a great touch and hits it far post as you can get. In fact, it goes off the inside of the far post and salted everything he could stretch out to get it. But here he's got some space and just beats Hogan. Spin
of the week.
Yeah, that's a fantastic individual effort.
He had accounted for 15 goals in 79 games in League One for Charlotte. That is his first goal in league play for the Rowdies. Again, just joined the team in early June. Alvarez makes it 2-1 in favor of the visitors. And Oliver Breneas and Elliot Collier could be entering this match sooner rather than later.
He spun Hogan around. Hogan, he was going one way, and then Hogan went the other way, and he switched on him really quick. You see that technical speed.
Blake and White get connected. Foul against Jack Blake. This kind of took the air out of the building here in Indianapolis.
Yeah, for sure. This is a game that, Coach McCauley, it's every game's a must-win with this race going on in the Eastern Conference, but here at home, you want to take control, you want to dominate, and Indy 11 so far is on the back end of that.
Well, frankly, this game and the 3 points either direction it could be also kind of temporarily say, all right, are you more in the 4-5-6 fight or are you more in the 8-9 fight?
Right.
Just trying to make sure you're in the postseason.
Right. You lose in this game, you're in the 8-9 fight.
Throw-in coming for Indy.
And Tampa Bay is doing everything they can to start, getting themselves, back in the hunt.
Elliot Collier will be the second sub for the Indy 11. He'll replace Jack Blake. It's kind of an early exit for Jack. You mentioned it. We have not said his name that much tonight.
He didn't have an off night, not at all. They just didn't get him as involved, and he might be dealing with something injury-wise. We don't know, but
so this will bump Collier up top, and Foster will kind of retreat more back towards the midfield a little bit. Elliott got his first league start of the season last week, went 62 minutes in the victory against FC Tulsa. Substitutions brought to us by Morales Group Staffing, offering flexibility in both staffing and operational efficiencies.
I like Collier coming in. He's going to give some fresh legs, and he's got the pace. Indy 11's got to get the ball through their midfield, get possession, look to start changing that point of attack and getting their midfielders supporting the attacking players. Look for some combination play. Try to get an opportunity, and Collier can help build that. But Indy 11 at this point, they have to go forward. They have to press, and they have to transition in numbers, being a goal down. Certainly can't give another one up.
They allowed 3 against Tampa Bay on June 25th. Their last loss was 15 days ago against North Carolina. North Carolina scored 4 against the Indy 11. That has not been the norm. Indy has been much more stingy defensively these last couple of months as they have found greater success, giving up multiple goals at home. That was the problem the first 3 months of the season. Kind of culminated in a 4-4 draw against Hartford on May 28th, which was the first 4-4 draw in club history. Switch to the attack here by Indy. Hogan in for O'Brien, Collier in for Blake. 2 sub windows remaining for Indy. Tampa Bay has yet to use a sub, and again, obviously weather conditions. You're not exactly as worried about heat, humidity, exhaustion, given the much cooler temperatures here tonight.
Yeah, this is just perfect weather. There's no weather excuse tonight.
Collier and Williams got clipped. Free kick opportunity for the Indy 11. As once again, Murphy and Quinn will have a powwow outside of the 18-yard box.
Get another nice opportunity here. Quinn's going to swing it in. Left foot looking for the far 6. Got Hogan in there, Famu in there, Quinn's in there. All the big guys in there. Put a head on it. Quinn taking the kick, rather. Maybe Murphy's going to swing it in. Yep, Murphy.
There for the side for the Indy 11. And you can show your Indy 11 pride. Get your exclusive IMCU Indy 11 debit card at any IMCU branch or online now at imcu.com. Juan Carlos Azocar awaits by the 4th official as he is about to make his Tampa Bay Rowdies debut. Ball sent in. Quinn and steers that away from.
You have to be really confident to clear that ball like that, and he was, and it was well away. But again, Alvarez was racing into the 18 completely unmarked. Had that ball gone back to that 18 spot, PK spot, he was wide open. Indy 11's got to do a better job of tracking him because he he just shows up in different places. He's so hard to mark because he's all over the field. But they're losing him, and that's not the guy you want to lose.
Well, Nick Moon will exit, and he has the assist on the opening goal for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Substitutions brought to us by Morales Group Staffing, offering flexibility in both staffing and operational efficiencies. Azakar was just signed by the Rowdies last week. He has had loan stints with RGV, Oakland, San Antonio. Played last year for Phoenix Rising, appeared in 30 matches. Scored 10 goals for Oakland back in 2022. His first game in green and gold. Hilton on the corner.
Nice ball.
Afemu, again, will take no chances.
Yep, better to be safe there and clear the ball out, reset, get organized. Oh, we got a little skirmish here with Lindley.
Those from
right now, but it's like Lindley and skirmish.
Thank our friends Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered. And trying to shake free from Lindley inside of the 6. Salt. And again, Lindley and Guillen end up in the back of the net. Cam reminds him of why today is such a special day in central Indiana. Talking about the beautiful temperatures, I'm sure. Letting Aaron know I have now played 100 matches for the Indy 11 or something along those lines.
Yeah, just they're exchanging pleasantries.
Not sure what time your flight is. Maybe you're flying to St. Petersburg Airport.
Can we catch dinner before you leave?
There's direct flights that leave tomorrow from Indianapolis, just in case you weren't sure.
No, Lindley just, followed him into the box and just took care of business there.
Ensured he was not going to make contact with the ball. Collier goes flying in.
Again, that ball in the air, back to the goal is really tough. Try to play the ball more to feet, get it more to space. Ball in the air to Foster or to Williams up top is going to be challenging. Indy 11's got to do a better job of type of distribution from the midfield to the attack.
Fans, you can watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. For 2 upcoming matches, Monterey Bay takes on FC Tulsa Wednesday night at 10 o'clock. The next Saturday night, it is Lexington battling Phoenix Rising at 6. USLChampionship.com for complete USL TV listing. I may be tuning in Wednesday at 10 o'clock.
Sounds like fun.
Williams foul.
Indy 11 really needs to start picking up on the attack, get numbers forward. They've got to start creating things here. Clock is ticking away and they're down a goal. Start getting a little bit more aggressive on the attack.
It's off an Indy 11 player. Rendon taken out by Bodley.
Yeah, Tampa Bay's doing a nice job defensively, Greg. They've held out well. They've held Indy 11 pretty much at bay. Most of the second half haven't had a really strong opportunity.
Player down, I think it's Hilton that is the player down for the Rowdies. Trainer going to be waved on here. They made just the one substitution with Azakar coming into the contest. Players being brought back to the bench area for the Rowdies. They're going to make a couple of substitutions here. Skinner and Bassett are the 2 players that are about to get those green and gold stripes on to potentially enter this match. Hilton's night may be done. And Hilton, a guy who we've called his name for a lot of years, turns 32 in October. His 10th season in the USL Championship for Lewis Hilton.
Pretty impressive. Very impressive, actually. It's tough to be that consistent over that period of time, Greg. We talk about it with our guys, with Quinn and some of the veterans that have been here a long time.
So Hilton off to the side. Tampa will play temporarily a man down. By the way, your Central Indiana Ford dealers are a proud sponsor of Indy 11 soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. And right now, this game has no rhythm. And that is perfectly fine for the team that has a 2-1 advantage.
Yeah, Indy 11's got to find a way to start connecting here. Got to be patient. They want to play with a level of urgency, but they want to be patient and not just get sloppy. And
Foster, the target, headed down, and it will be a corner. Good generation of a chance from the other side of midfield for the Indy 11. Famu has already got one goal and had a good look at his second on a corner. Now making his way inside of the 18-yard box.
Well, he's got that. Famu's just got that size and presence. Want to make sure he hits it heavy, get somebody in the far post.
Quinn, Pasillas got there first. Collier, couple of touches, goes down. Does not, but just enough. Now Rendon. Collier back to his feet and back in an onside position.
Like Collier got clipped a little bit, maybe not obviously enough for the referee to call, but that was inside the box. It was just inside the box.
Well, we have some substitutions coming in, which gives us a chance to take a look at
here.
Last opportunity for Elliot Collier.
There's contact there, but maybe not egregious enough for the referee to make that call. I could see it going either way, but he might have gone down quicker than he needed to as well, try to embellish it a little bit. But there was a little contact there, but not enough to make it a clear call.
So as expected, Hilton will exit. Skinner will come on. His 10th league match as a sub. And Alvarez, who had the currently game-winning goal for the Rowdies, he will exit as Ali Bassett will come on. Is an import from the Canadian Premier League. All of our substitutions brought to us by Morales Group Staffing, offering flexibility in both staffing and operational efficiencies.
Hilton and Alvarez, nice games tonight. Key players. Hilton did a nice job in midfield tracking. Of course, Alvarez get that second goal, which is put them in lead at the moment.
Tonight's match is brought to us by the Denny Companies, tearing down the past so you can build the future. Yellow card shown. I believe that was directed at Pasillas.
Yeah, tough to tell, but it appears that way, but they were so far apart. Usually the referee calls the player over.
Rowdies on a heck of a long road trip. They played away from home for the better part of the last month. In fact, their last home game was the Indy 11 on June 25th. We can confirm the yellow against Pasillas. Murphy gets just a touch in there. Lindley, Foster, transitional opportunity, plays Rendon, has Elliot Collier in front. 4 Tampa Bay players in front of Rendon. Foster sends it in. Good crash by Rendon. Ian stands him up. And that will be called a foul against Rendon. That he inadvertently took out a Tampa Bay defender.
Like the flare, though. Getting that ball outside, serving it in. Nice action from Indy 11. Just couldn't get on the other end of the ball. Yeah, Rendon, a little collision there.
James Murphy.
He wasn't happy about it.
I'm not sure there was anything there either, Mr. Murphy.
Yeah, it didn't look like much, that's for sure. But that type of play is what Indy 11 needs. They need to draw the defense out, open up some space inside the box. what Tampa's doing, though, they're doing a nice job of holding their discipline and not allowing the ball to get through. They're loading up the box with defenders, keeping bodies in there, and it's making it more difficult for Indy 11 to penetrate.
Musa, handball, yep.
Yeah, unlucky.
He'll get shown a yellow.
I don't know that it was intentional. It looked like it was just...
That may have been for repeated infractions.
Yeah.
I agree with that. It's not intentional.
That wasn't intentional. I don't see that as a card. But you might be right, Greg. It might be from...
He had a couple of talking to already.
Unless he clearly... Let's look here. Unless he clearly... No, the ball just kind of hits him by mistake, and he's arguing, of course, but...
Edward Chisholm, Oliver Bernays about to enter the match. Bernays had an assist on the Foster goal against Tampa Bay back on June 25th. Bassett plays it in. Femu gets there first, but throw in coming for the Rowdies. Bernays played well back-to-back weeks. We're able to crack the lineup these last couple of weeks for the Indy 11.
It's a good move by Coach McCauley. He needs to get fresh legs in there. I think Foster and Rendon are a little aired out a little bit and try to get some fresh legs on there. He's just trying to find a way to get that equalizer, not give one up here at home.
That'll be a foul outside of the 18.
Yeah, another dangerous foul. They're just getting a little bit undisciplined. They're making fouls that putting them on a defensive posture and very dangerous situations.
So Bernays and Chisholm will make their way to the fourth official. They'll be subbed in here. You would think next stoppage they'll be waved on. It's Bassett.
This is basically a corner kick from the 18, outside the 18. Very dangerous.
For Bassett, he's played in every match. This is his third time as a sub in league play. Bending ball sends it in, and touch last by Indy. Will be another corner coming.
Yeah, Indy's got to get control of this game. Get control of the ball. Better ball management.
And Bassett is being told to move along with the proceedings.
Yeah, he's taking his time. He's having a cup of coffee on the way to the ball.
It is a bit chilly if you're from Southwest Florida. Your Central Indiana Ford dealers are a proud sponsor of Indy 11 soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. Ball in. Romario Williams got there first. Murphy gets there next. Foster. Crisostomo got it. He has to do a 180, but then Bassett overcooks it. And a throw in coming now for the Indy 11. And now we'll see Chiza and Bernays make their match debuts. Cam Lindley, his 100th appearance for the club is over, and fittingly he will sprint off the field. James Musa will exit as well, so Indy now will have one less defender on the park. They're going to hit the torpedoes to go forward. And
you have to at this point. You're going to leave yourself a little bit vulnerable in the back, especially in a transition mode, Greg. But you got to get your attacking players on, and that's what Coach McCauley is doing, and trying to, salvage this game with about 12 minutes to go.
Our substitutions brought to us by Morales Group Staffing, offering flexibility in both staffing and operational efficiencies. That is rare that Musa doesn't finish out a match. Murphy does just enough to keep that in play.
Quinn's going to stay back a little bit more now, play a little bit more defensive.
The ball that Quinn just hit, you'll see that about once a year.
Yeah.
He hits the ball that poorly.
Right.
And immediately his hands go to his head, almost like in disbelief, what just happened.
Even he makes mistakes on occasion. 99% of the time, his balls are brilliant. But there are those stray ones that get away from you.
Murphy. Bernays.
He's got the speed.
Bernays. Van Kaziel. Ask for a handball from the opposite end of the park. Won't get it.
Yeah, Bernays will come in with some fresh legs and that pace that he has. get him some space on the outside. He could do some damage here.
Murphy will take the foul and take the yellow card. So Murphy shown yellow. Murphy scored his first Indy 11 goal 2 weeks ago in that loss against North Carolina. We're starting to enter territory where 1 point is better than none for Indy. Pittsburgh now leading Rhode Island 2-0. That match started simultaneously with this one. North Carolina has equalized in Louisville. They and Lou City are tied at a goal apiece.
Good for Carolina. Wow.
Carolina has taken 4 points from the Indy 11 and took a point here in April when they were down 2-0, leveled through Connor Donovan in the 93rd minute. Collier, Quinn, Collier makes the run. Here's Chizza, solid first touch for the former Pittsburgh Riverhound. Reneas, well, put it in the right direction, did not hit that ball with the depth he was hoping for.
Great pressure by Bernays, though.
And it does lead to a throw-in.
They have to do. They've got to put that pressure on the defensive end.
Quinn looking back post, and frankly, got a bit of a gift that time. Bodley didn't have that much traffic around him, but couldn't tell from the angle in which where he was at. So it will be a corner for the Indy 11. And again, they have been best served by looking for Ben Ofemu on those corners tonight.
Quinn just serving balls in like that, though. It's exactly what he needs to do. He knows he's got to just get that ball inside the box, try to make something happen.
Chizza didn't get much on it. On the 82nd minute. The USL on CBS kicks off August with a League One Battle of the South. Newcomer FC Naples takes on South Georgia Tormenta FC. Wednesday night at 8 o'clock on CBS Sports Network. So we will see a League One team. Will the Indy 11 here at Carroll Stadium. Next home match on August the 20th. And against the Greenville Triumph. Quarterfinals of the Jägermeister Cup. And fans, that game was not part of your season ticket package. That is an added game. Tickets are $15. Indy11.com, 317-685-1100. Dan, what time is kickoff?
7 o'clock.
Right, so fans, just get here at 7 o'clock. We'll find a seat for you on Wednesday, August 20th.
And it's $15 anywhere in the house.
Correct, except the broadcast booth.
That's correct.
We accept trade. You want to get the broadcast
that's
booth?
$16.
Yeah, bring us a snack. Rendon. Foster. Murphy. Settles to Quinn. Quinn has a go, but
goodness.
Just couldn't keep it below the bar.
He hit it so well. Volley. You watch his form, watch his technique. His body's over the ball, his toe is down, and you see that ball do like a little bit of that rainbow effect. Watch how he hits this here. Body's over the ball, toe down, and it gets a little bit of a rainbow effect. Just didn't drop quick enough. Great shot by Quinn. Great technique. He knew he had to look at it.
It's been a few years since I had high school geometry. I think parabola applies there. I think parabola, I think at some point in time. Maybe, I don't know. Sounds right. Quinn hits up the side of his foot, trying to spring Williams to it. Van Kaziel was just enough, and then Castellanos flies at the other end of the field.
Tampa Bay's pretty much got 6 players back now, and Indy 11's playing with 3 midfielders and 3 attackers. They're playing a 4-3-3 now, so kind of even up. We got 6 defenders versus 6 attackers, and right now the defenders are winning. But Quinn had a look, and he had a brilliant effort.
Of course, this match is brought to us by the Keystone Group. Tell you about that in a matter of moments. Bassett, ball doesn't get through from Ofemu. Now a throw in for Tampa Bay. Again, our friends at the Keystone Group, specializing in transformational developments, construction, management, and investments. Rowdies have road wins at Miami and at Hartford. This would be the team farthest up the table if they were able to get a win here. That will be a throw for the Indy 11. And both teams have one substitution window available. And it looks like Forrest Lasso will be that player that comes on. I think Manuel Arteaga is going to join him. So two great veterans of this league will make a cameo appearance late in the match. And of course, Manu, one that spent 2 years here with the Indy 11 in 2021 and 2022. Shiza goes flying. We play on. Breneus, the target.
Ball.
Has a car on his right hip. Williams. Murphy. Great turn by Murphy. Rendon will switch the side of the attack.
I like it. Shifting Tampa's defense.
Foster, back post, Bernays!
What a play. Unbelievable opportunity. I like how they've shifted the point of attack, which shifts the Tampa Bay defense and then goes against the grain instantly, trying to find Bernays. It's a heck of a play. It's great movement by Indy 11. Just couldn't get on the other end of it. Bernays was there, just could not get a clean look at it. Nice ball by Rendon. Defender's there, does a nice job.
Sean McCauley offering words of encouragement, saying, fellas, keep going.
That was Azakar who came in the game.
Chisholm plays it forward. Here's Foster at full speed. Foster cuts it back, and it will be a corner. Tried to beat him short side. Andry does just enough. With a familiar refrain, 8 Quinn to the corner flag, and everybody picking up the tempo now here for the Indy 11.
Yeah, the last 10 minutes, they've done what they needed to do. Coach will be some tacticals.
And Kaziel. Quinn again readjusts. Whistle given, but keeper clearly had this in his possession.
Bandre went up nice, got the ball. Little contact there.
Ethan from Salina, Kansas, which is known as a real soccer hotbed, by the way. Played at both Pacific and Northwestern. Ethan spent each of the last 3 years playing in MLS Next Pro. He's gotten the start in both matches against Indy so far this year. Trainer will come out and check on him. Looking for the best deal in town? Check out the all-new Pabst Blue Ribbon Deck next time you're at Carroll Stadium. Enjoy $3 PBRs all game long. Let me say that one more time. PBRs, $3. Tickets are available at Ticketmaster.com or the Indy 11 box office. Day of game. Pabst Blue Ribbon, because you deserve a blue ribbon.
Didn't really see what he went down and twisted his knee or ankle. Can't really tell.
I think he went down with a case of a 2-1 lead.
It might be that too. Might be that too, but looks like he's shaking off his right knee. Might have just gone down awkwardly. There was some contact there, no question. And sometimes you go up and you come down. You can come down wrong, and looks like he's okay. That'll add a couple of minutes to the extra time.
Both Lasso and Arteaga have made their way to the fourth official.
Interesting that Arteaga didn't play tonight. I mean, he's getting in here late, but I'm just giving him a rest.
Hogan quickly hustles back to find Salt.
So there.
Well, there has also been some lead management by Tampa Bay, and without any criticism, that is being the veteran team that they are.
Yep.
Knowing how to make the sands of the hourglass fly through a little quicker. That is the luxury you have when 2 goals or 1 goal to go with a 2-1 lead. Kind of a needless giveaway there, though, by the Rowdies. And Hogan in retreat mode. And Hogan will simply
great shield
ensure that Bassett doesn't get to it.
It's exactly what he needed to do. Let it run out of play. And get that ball back and play quickly here.
We've had a goal and numerous substitutions. We'll have one more pair of them. Rendon. Ball will find its way to Aiden Quinn. Usually where the magic starts to happen. Romario Williams.
Nice touch.
But Cristostomo waiting on him. And Romario digs back in to take it back away.
Great first touch by Romario.
Just weaving through traffic, but Cristostomo does it again. Basically dispossesses 2 and 11 players in the same play. 8 minutes.
Wow. Out of time.
Breneas. Well, let's go back in the Wayback Machine of Indy 11 Tampa Bay Rowdies history. One of the best goals in Indy 11 history in terms of just caliber of the goal was scored in the 98th minute by Kyle Hyland against Tampa Bay Rowdies in May of 2015. We have a chance for a 98th minute goal in either direction in tonight's game. Our substitutions are brought to us by Morales Group Staffing. Forrest Lasso coming in for Cristostomo, who again went over 10,000 career minutes in the USL Championship in tonight's contest. Rubens Macias coming out for Manuel Arteaga. His goal-scoring clip is not what it has been the last couple of years. Scored double digits in his first year with the Indy 11 in 2021 on what was frankly a mediocre team. He was one of the best players on the club that year. He was outstanding, playing for Juan Guerra in Phoenix in 2023. He was tremendous last year in his first year in the green and gold. Morales Group Staffing offers flexibility in both staffing and operational efficiencies. Advantage being played. Hogan steps in front of Arteaga.
Bassett's done a nice job for Tampa. He's come in, just a bit of a kind of like a water bug where he's just kind of everywhere, and he's got that pace and in the midfield. He's done a nice job.
Well, he is a usual starter. Again, he has started 14 league matches. Quinn working his way around Arteaga.
Great space.
Breneas. He does have a pair of subs that can make one left that they can use. Quinn can work his way around Lawrence White. 3v3 at the back. Arteaga. Nobody stopping the ball.
Giving him room.
Mono looking for a teammate the entire time. Shot, save made by Salt, and able to keep it in play.
Great second effort by Salt. Not an easy ball to hang on to, and he gets up and just crawls to make sure that that rebound does not get taken advantage of. Does a nice job there. But Arteaga had way too much time.
Chisholm. Collier. Williams tried to flick it back to Collier. Williams, a goal scored last week. So lots of additional time remaining. Generous amount of 8 minutes. Essentially manna from heaven for the Indy 11. Rowdies did score a stoppage time goal against Indy back on June 25th to make it a 3-1 win. I'd love to have a repeat of that tonight. Bassett breaks free, plays it across, and Arteaga could not keep it on frame.
Indy 11 just could not get a handle on that ball. Bassett just gets in, serves a nice ball. Arteaga knows he missed one there. He had a clear look, clear shot, put it over.
He normally doesn't miss those.
Yeah, that was a 3-1 right there. He knows it.
Forrest Lasso doing what he's been doing for so many years. Saw him with FC Cincinnati, saw him with Nashville. Spent some time in Sweden, but largely the last several years been playing for Tampa Bay. An injury where he missed all of last year.
Foul on Foster. You hear a lot of boos going on because Foster's got the ball. He's got possession. So generally when you have possession, you're not the one making the foul, but he might have lost possession. It was tough for us to see from this angle. Might have lost possession and then just got into, you see his speed. Gets in here. He just kind of falls into, he just kind of falls into him. With that speed, once he gets that step around that defender, I'd like to see him serve that ball in, because all he's doing is attracting more defenders. They're going to, take him down there.
Bottom 6 right now in the Eastern Conference table. Rowdies would jump up to the 10th position. Rhode Island was losing to Pittsburgh 2-0 at last check. Miami's already played this week. Salt. A little nervy there. Good job by Bernaeus. But Azakar shoulders him off the ball. Love the back heel there by the Rowdies. Hogan does just enough. Again, still time for Indy.
That ball's not going anywhere.
Bassett running through, but could never really get it on his feet.
Tampa Bay doing a nice job at continuing to attack. They're not sitting back and holding on to this lead. They're actually trying to look for that third goal, which we talk about many times. The best defense is a good offense, and they've been able to do that. They've weathered some of the storm of
just legs on the park. Again, it's Quinn. Back post. Chizano. Williams left foot. Doesn't get through. But
what a ball by Quinn.
Finds it. Quinn kept it alive, but Bassett. Now Arteaga.
He's got space.
Skinner to his left. Arteaga cuts it back. Saltz can't close the door. And the scoreline this time is going to look like last time, and frankly a lot of other times. Tampa Bay 3, Indy 11-1.
Well, Arteaga, it was a transition that happened in midfield. Arteaga gets the ball with plenty of space. He just couldn't contain him, and then got a guy wide open on the far side. Does a nice job of just keeping his composure and putting it in the back of the net.
Well, credit Arteaga. And he is a goal scorer, but realize if I draw both defenders and the keeper, my teammate has a tap in. Played it perfectly.
Yeah, he did. He drew both defenders. Open on the far side. Does a nice job. And again, simple touch. Back of the net.
And a lot of the fans starting to make their way towards the exit.
Yeah.
And what has been the toughest team for the Indy 11 to beat will continue to be exactly that.
It's unbelievable. Just like it's a curse.
21st match between these two teams, and Indy has won 3. And they didn't play in 20 and 21. It will be having a victory against the Rowdies.
Yeah, unbelievable stat. But what Tampa Bay did, instead of holding back, they were looking for that third goal. And Indy 11 basically was pushing forward, and they left themselves, we talked about, Greg, they're going to push numbers forward. They're going to leave themselves vulnerable in the back, and that's what happened.
Foster tries to follow it in. Couldn't do it.
There's a yellow. Little frustration there on Foster's part. Easy call for the ref.
Credit Castellanos for playing that to the very end. Could have easily let up and simply let that one go in knowing that the difference in 3-1 and 3-2 was not going to be significant.
A yellow card caution has been issued.
Foster had a nice look there. Got in. Had an opportunity.
I think one more kick is all this game needs. Third road win in 5 league wins for the Rowdies this season. Their extended road trip continues. They are at North Carolina next Saturday night. And they'll go to Carrick with all 3 points. They sweep the regular season series. The scoreline the same in both games. Tampa Bay Rowdies 3 and the Indy 11-1. Time now for our securing the win moment. It is brought to us by Allegiant. And in years gone by, the actions of Manuel Arteaga secured some wins for the Indy 11. Tonight it was for the visitors. Arteaga makes the run. Waiting, distributing, and Skinner scores it to make it 3-1 again. The recipe for this game almost identical to the one that was played 5.5 weeks ago. This is our securing the win moment, brought to us by Allegiant. So the Rowdies now get to 17 points. Benefemu giving his absolute all, trying to get to his feet at the conclusion of that match for the Indy 11. We'll hope to talk to him, hope to talk to James Murphy, and of course head coach Sean McCauley as post-match coverage continues next. The Rowdies will take all 3 points home from Indianapolis. They win this one 3-1.
Every place has a purpose, and the people who inhabit those places have their own reasons for being there. The last thing on their minds should be concerns about the safety of the places they are in. When it comes to security and safety for all the places that matter, Dormakaba offers a seamless flow of integrated solutions that allow people to move securely about their daily lives. Because the places that matter to you matter to us.
It's very true that it takes a village to raise a child. And when it comes to my healthcare village at Community Health Network, it's all nestled right in my phone. Accessing healthcare is the ability to be connected with your provider and ask a question when you need it. I feel like when I'm meeting with a community nurse practitioner or doctor, they're tuned in to what is going on with me and the way that they can serve me best.
Stand by me. Find it. Try it. Paint it. Love it. 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 Love it. Love it. Love it.
Again, Benefemu gave everything he had. He had the lone Indy 11 goal. But after 100 minutes, he is certainly taxed and tired. Time now for our Schleg lockdown play of the game. And Tampa Bay scored 3, but Hunter Sultan able to at least peel one back on an outstanding effort here. That's our Schleg lockdown play of the game. Tampa Bay that now equal Indy in terms of wins, each with 5. Indy still 3 points to the good and still in a playoff position. We'll take this quick timeout. We'll come back and officially begin our Desnuda Tequila post-game show. We'll do so with head coach Sean McCauley next.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
This encapsulates what Live Golf is all about.
It's that turn. Get me up next.
That's one of the great moments in Live Golf.
It's that turn. Get me up next.
Formed a brotherhood.
Lights, cameras, high standards.
Well, look out, golf world. A star is being born.
A Imagine a health insurance company that could look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals and help its members find what they need to actually live healthier lives, like a stable job, dependable transportation, or a safe place to live. Well, that health insurance company is not only real, but making a real difference right now. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining health insurance.
Our team at Security Federal Savings Bank welcomes you to our newest location, our West Carmel branch on Michigan Road, here to serve you. All the services you expect from a premier bank, personal and business banking, wealth management, trust services, and much more. The Security Federal Savings Bank branch team offers the expertise and knowledge you want and expect. Security Federal Savings Bank, proud of our team and our newest West Carmel location.
Well, we've got something that's both kind of new and something that's continued. What is new is our new sponsor of the postgame show. Welcome, Desnuda Tequila. Desnuda, 100% organic tequila, how real tequila tastes. That's the new part. What's the continued part is, unfortunately, able to crack the code against Tampa Bay Rowdies. Rowdies beat the Indy 11 for a second time this season. Both scores 3-1. Kind enough to join us after a rough night for the Indy 11 head coach Sean McCauley. Sean, just your thoughts about the way the second half played out for your team.
Yeah, I think the last goal's on me because I've put too many forwards on the pitch to try and score a goal to get us back into the game. I think we've had more than enough chances to put the ball away and get back in and at least come away with a point. Bit disappointed in some of the decisions that went against us, but that's no excuse. And I just think that I said before the game that they're a good team, and we were playing against a good team, and both of us now have the scrap to get into the playoffs.
Anything different tonight? Because obviously you have been pretty good about being pretty stingy defensively in this building the last couple of months. What kind of went differently for your team tonight?
I'll just have to look at the chances again in terms of if we could have done anything differently. The 3 goals against, I'm happy to take the 2-1 because the last goal's really irrelevant because obviously I've put. I ended up with 6 forwards on the field, something like that. And it worked, to be fair. In the last sort of 10 minutes, we had enough chances, but I would have changed it back again if we'd have got that. But defensively, I just think in the first half we were a little bit passive, and in the second half we didn't have the legs that we needed to do to shut it out.
When you put in those 6 forwards, brilliant move because you're down a goal, you want to go forward. So at the time it looked like it was a good idea. Obviously, you leave yourself vulnerable in the back in transition, but still compliment you for making that effort to try to get that second goal. It was the right move.
Yeah, I think so, and I've said it before. When you play games, if you're behind, you've got to try and get back into it. And I just felt like the game was slowing down a little bit in terms of them having possession, us trying to score the perfect goal. And I think it was just really important that we put forwards on the pitch just to keep them back and also have as many people as we can to try and score. And like I said, it nearly come off. I think if Oliver Briner scores in the back post, that's a different one. And I think even as daft as it sounds, I think it's a penalty at the end. I'll have to look at it again, I don't know. But when Malik goes clean through it and 3-2 looks a lot better than 3-1, even though, irrespective of that, it is lost 3 points.
Let's talk about Oliver just because, again, not only do you have competition to get in the top 11, you've had a great competition just to make the 18, and he's kind of been left out the last couple of weeks. Your thoughts on what Ollie showed you in the second half?
It was okay. He's got that pace. He's got electric pace, and he's got the left-sided ability to put crosses in the box. And I made the decision to stick him on the bench because I thought I'd put him on the field because of the way he did in Tampa. He caused them a lot of problems in Tampa, and I thought, if they're looking at him coming on from the bench, it's obviously the players have seen what he can do. So I thought that might give us a little bit of an edge, but unfortunately we weren't able to score the goal.
Well, disappointed for sure. As always, thanks for your time, my friend. Good luck next week in Detroit.
Thank you.
Sean McCauley, head coach of the Indy 11. Both Ben Afemu and James Murphy are standing by. We'll talk to one of those two players coming up in a matter of moments. As you can always see, win or lose, players still making their way towards the Brickyard Battalion, towards that West End to be able to sign autographs. Thoughts on what Coach had to say a moment ago?
Yeah, you could tell he's disappointed, but he made the right moves. He had to put more attacking players on the field. Don't fault him for that. They left himself a little bit vulnerable in the back in transition, but they created opportunities. They really did. Just could not find the back of the net. So frustrating loss for Coach McCauley.
Again, Greg Rakestraw, Dan Capsalis with you here on WRTV6 and ESPN Plus, and looks like Ben Afemu is ready to go. He will join us now. We'll get to him coming up in just a matter of moments. I want to make sure that microphone was right up next to him. Ben, I know you are gassed at the end of this, so we'll try to keep this brief. Just how you feeling right now after 100 minutes on the pitch?
Just disappointed with the result. Just disappointed, really.
You got the goal. Kind of tell us what you saw on the corner and then the service from James Murphy.
We played short, and James, he put a great ball in, and, it was right. The ball was there for me to go get it, so it was a perfect ball. I didn't have to do much with the header.
You did a lot tonight, Ben. You had, in the attack, you're scoring goals, but in the back, you're dealing with Pasillas and Alvarez. I mean, you had your hands full back there. You had a lot to do tonight.
Yeah, no, they're a good team. They have some good strikers, strong boys. So it was a battle for sure. Those battles are always fun, playing against those guys like that.
Obviously, you just made a comeback last week in terms of being out for a month with a hamstring injury. Were you expecting to go 90-plus minutes Saturday on the pitch?
I was ready to step in if I was to be called.
Final thing before we let you go, obviously, again, you gave it everything tonight. I know you're awfully tired. What kind of now goes into recovery for you these next couple of days to get ready for the upcoming week and next Saturday's game?
Yeah, as a team, you got to do all that kind of little stuff, sleeping well, eating well, ice bath and, stretching and all those things, mentally recover as well for Detroit, because that's a big game. We need to start picking up points.
I know it's a big game for you being from Bloomfield Hill, Michigan, too. I know you're looking forward to going home towards Hamtramck next week. Go get off your feet. Thanks for the time, and best of luck next Saturday.
Thank you, guys.
Ben Afemu, kind enough to join us. We'll get to James Murphy coming up in a matter of moments. But before we do that, time for our Desnuda Tequila shot of the game. Desnuda, 100% organic tequila. How real tequila tastes. Take a look at the shot of the game. And again, it's Alvarez that got the game-winning goal, his first in a Tampa Bay Rowdies uniform. We'll take this quick timeout. James Murphy will join us after that. As we continue on in our Desnuda Organic Tequila postgame show, as you're watching Indy 11 Soccer here on WRTV6 and ESPN Plus.
Our team at Security Federal Savings Bank welcomes you to our newest location, our West Carmel branch on Michigan Road, here to serve you. All the services you expect from a premier bank, personal and business banking, wealth management, trust services, and much more. The Security Federal Savings Bank branch team offers the expertise and knowledge you want and expect. Security Federal Savings Bank, proud of our team and our newest West Carmel location.
Imagine a health insurance company that could look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals and help its members find what they need to actually live healthier lives, like a stable job, dependable transportation, or a safe place to live. Well, that health insurance company is not only real, but making a real difference right now. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining health insurance.
We continue on the Desnuda Tequila post-game show, and our second and final player interview for this evening is James Murphy. He had the assist on the goal from Ben Afemu. James, I know you're frustrated. I could see it in your face, and kind of before you get in front of the camera, just what's going through your mind after a tough loss like this one?
I think frustrating is probably the word for it. It was a big effort, a big shift from all the boys and stuff like that, but it's a really disappointing one to come away on the losing side. I mean, I think we started the game pretty well, to be fair, and then, kind of let up a cheap goal, 15, 20 minutes in. But obviously, as you saw, our response was really good in the first half. We got the goal that I think we deserved right before halftime, and then kind of a repeat of the first half in the second half where I think we started pretty well. as far as, the game goes and getting into their half of the field and stuff. And then, again, kind of probably a weak goal from our perspective, from the whole team, kind of, just giving up another soft one when we were in a pretty good position. And then, obviously, once you go down a goal in the second half, it's, you're chasing the game for the rest of it. And, they nicked one late to make it 3-1, which I don't think we deserved. But, at the end of the day, we had to do enough to get something out of the game, and we didn't. So it's really frustrating, and we'll dust down and go again.
Well, again, you're halfway through the season now, and you have this wealth of talent in the midfield that you play around, whether it's Aiden Quinn, Jack Blake, Cam Lindley. What's it like to have the four of you guys now on the field together consistently for the last couple of months?
Yeah, it's been really good. Having quality in this team and stuff like that is a big reason why I came over here in the offseason. You look around at the players that are beside me and ahead of me and behind me and stuff like that, and there's a wealth of quality experience, guys who have done things in this league. So, having those guys around me helps me know that, we're going to keep digging. We're going to keep getting the, chances that we need to get. We're going to keep fighting and stuff like that. And, the ball's going to start bouncing our way because, when you got that kind of quality, that kind of, commitment in guys and that kind of experience, you just have to keep believing and keep fighting because, like you kind of just said, we're too good of a team individually and as a unit to keep dropping points and losing games. So, we got all the faith in the team and the quality that we've got to kind of turn this around a little bit. It's the second half of the season keeps coming our way and get some more results on the points on the board.
It's a great mindset that you have there. And you've got fantastic chemistry in the midfield, like you talked about. Just it's frustrating for you guys sometimes when you can't finish it. Sometimes you're creating opportunities, you're getting opportunities, and what do you guys need to do to, just get that ball in the back of the net? You're like you said, the chemistry in the midfield is fantastic, Murph. You guys are incredible, but you just got to find a way to get that ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks. Like we kind of just spoke about, there's a ton of quality in the midfield and throughout the whole team. Up front, we've got, again, really good players, guys who have done things in this league, between Romario and Malik and Elvis and Elliott, whoever's on the field up front and stuff like that. And out wide, whatever it may be, we know that we're going to create the chances, and we know that we've got the quality to put the chances away. So it's a whole team effort from back to front. It takes everyone to create the chances and to stop the chances from going in the net on our own end and stuff like that. So as my role in the midfield and stuff, I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep kind of push the team forward, lead the team, and I know other guys throughout the team are going to be doing the same thing. No heads are dropping over here. We know if we create chances, they're going to go in the back of the net eventually.
Final thing before we let you go, and again, being such a veteran of this league, you've done this other scenarios before, but you're going back to where you played last year next week. So what is it like for you to go back to Hamtramck as a visiting player?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, it's, I spent my last year there. I had a really enjoyable year at that club and stuff like that. I know what Keyworth is about a little bit. I've played there as an opponent. I've played there as a Detroit player and stuff like that now. So I know what to expect a little bit, It's going to be hostile. They'll be up for the game. We'll definitely be up for the game, and it's one that we have to go in there now and have an aim of getting 3 points out of that game.
Sounds good, my friend. Again, congratulations on the effort. Good luck to better results. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
James Murphy, kind enough to join us. That'll do it for our post-game interviews in terms of both players and coaches. Let's get to highlights now from tonight's contest, Dan. So again, for the Indy 11, they were chasing the game from the earliest stages. Moon, Pasillas, back of the net.
Yeah, Pasillas just gets a little bit free there. 5 yards is all he needs and just buries that ball, no question.
For Woodman's Pasillas, his 7th goal of the season now. Again, opportunities not cashed in on by the Indy 11. A turnover and one that Romario Williams would like to have back.
Yeah, that was a tough one. He had great pressure there, just couldn't finish it.
Foster a takeaway, but again, just sprayed it wide left. Here, the pinball effect without a shot ever officially getting on target again. This would lead, though, to an opportunity. Saved by Hunter Salt, and at the other end, service by Murphy, goal from Famo.
Yeah, Famo in a great position, opportunistic play, perfect setting, back of the net, off the header.
But this is class by Alvarez. Again, you can see why there was such a transfer fee paid to Charlotte to bring him to the championship.
He's just such a unique player, and he spins Hogan around and just couldn't do anything with that. Unbelievable shot there by Quinn.
We've seen him make that. Here's Breneas, goes down, but after the ball was off his feet. And again, at this point, and he didn't care whether it was a 1-goal loss, 2 goals, 3 goals, etc. Pushing numbers forward. Joey Skinner gets his first goal of the season and puts this one to bed. Final score, Tampa Bay 3, and the Indy 11 won. Quick check of the stats from tonight's contest. Again, at halftime, possession was 57-43, almost identical in terms of the way it looked at the end. More shots for the Indy 11, but shots on goal and goals favored the visitors. We'll come back and wrap it up from Carroll Stadium next as you're watching Indy 11 Soccer on WRTV Channel 6.
Victory takes all to me means that it takes everyone.
Everyone really matters.
Victory takes all means it takes everyone who reps the Indy 11 badge.
When the 90 minutes is done, when we win, everybody wins.
I want to represent the club and the city with passion.
It's a community, a village that it takes to reach victory.
Find it, try it, paint it, love it. 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 Find it, try it, paint it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
This is Molly. She loves road trips, hikes, her dog Max, and cars that fit her lifestyle. Like this cool new ride that she got with help from Indiana Members Credit Union at a great low rate. And for when she's on the go, IMCU makes it easy for her to pay from anywhere thanks to their digital banking. Looks like Molly is really getting the max from her credit union.
Well, you heard us talking about the Summer of Soccer for the Indy 11. That was presented by our friends at Indy Roof and Restoration. Well, something is coming up on Monday. I want to make sure in our short time we have left, we tell you about 5240 Elmwood Avenue. Up to 500 free backpacks filled with essential school supplies. No pre-registration is required. Again, see the address on your screen. It is all day Monday from 9 a.m. until 4. Thank you to Indy Roof and Restoration, and also a tip of the cap to MEN Auction House that is being a part of this wonderful effort. A reminder, next home game for the Indy 11 is an added game. It is the Jägermeister Cup quarterfinal against the Greenville Triumph. Originally, that game was set to be in South Carolina. However, the game has been shifted to Indianapolis. You can watch it on ESPN Plus, 7 o'clock. Again, all tickets are $15. It is not part of your season ticket plan. Indy11.com, 317-685-1100, or simply be here by 7 o'clock, and we hope the weather that night is as good as it was tonight. We also hope the result is better tonight, or on that night, than it was tonight. Dan, as always, a pleasure, my friend. Thank you very much.
Great stuff, Greg.
Once again, the Indy 11 unable to figure out the Rubik's Cube that is the Tampa Bay Rowdies. After a 3-1 loss on June 25th, it was a 3-1 loss on August the 2nd. Good night from downtown Indianapolis. Thanks for joining us for Indy 11 Soccer on WRTV and ESPN Plus.
With more features to keep your account safe and secure. Northwest Bank is here for what's next.
Good dog.
Victory takes all to me means that it takes everyone.
Everyone really matters.
Victory takes all means it takes everyone who reps the Indy 11 badge.
When the 90 minutes is done, when we win, everybody wins.
Represent the club and the city with passion.
It's a community, a village that it takes to reach victory.